If you've watched this channel for a while, you know that I'm pretty big on gender equality. Like, it's a big deal for me. So you can imagine my utter joy when suddenly the media outlets came out of nowhere with this new feminist Nickelodeon princess called Nella The Princess Knight. Welcome back to Neverland, where last week marked the premiere of a new Nickelodeon show about a young princess called Nella The Princess Knight, a princess who is also a knight, fun fact, and a mixed race girl as well. And the media outlets, like I just said, have been all over this. I feel like with our political climate at the moment, people are really, really desperate for something a bit more progressive than maybe your old traditional Disney princess. And Nickelodeon tapped right into that and gave people what they wanted. So I thought, let's give this show the attention that it deserves and see what all the fuss is about. So Nella The Princess Knight is an Irish-American show, something that you don't see every day, for preschool kids. And it's basically about Nella, like I said, a mixed race girl, who is 8 and who is a princess, but also turns into a knight if she wants to, and kind of solves problem at like a very small scale, together with a good friend of hers who's also a knight, Garrett, and their horses who can talk, because she's a princess and animals can talk. The show consists of 11-minute episodes, which I always think is really good for preschool kids, and it was created by Christine Ritchie, who also worked on Dora the Explorer, among other cool things. Now, so far I've seen the first 2 episodes, and then also the ones that were put online a month ago or so, and I have to say, so far, not too bad. In terms of writing, like I said, it's small-scale adventures. It's very usual in terms of narrative. There's nothing too complex, which, you know, it shouldn't be, perhaps because it's for preschool kids, but then I like experiments, but that's not really something you find here. You follow Nella, who is a very cool, but also very, very nice princess-like girl. She has a best friend who's a nice boy for a change, so he's not kind of like a cool guy who's too cool for stuff, but he's nice, which is good. But you have your sassy best friend in her horse, and then you have the comic relief character in his horse. So you can kind of see the pattern here. With Nella specifically, I think her being so nice, but also tough, but also brave, and telling everyone not to be scared, but kind of being really intelligent and witty as well. I don't know, it was just a bit too much. I feel like as of late, and I understand how and why, when you have a girl of color being the lead of a show that is targeted at young girls who you want to push, you kind of run into the danger of creating a Mary Sue character. For those of you who don't know what a Mary Sue character is, it's a character who's a girl usually who's perfect in every way. This, you know, as a storyteller, is not something that I particularly like. I like my characters flawed, be they of color, be they girls, be they boys, be they any kind of gender. And that was not really the case. One show that kind of serves as a good example here is Elena of Avalor, where you also have a girl of color and a princess who fights as a lead. But they did kind of make her relatable and had her have flaws and insecurities. Of course, that was more of a complex show than Nella, which is kind of more for preschool kids, but I feel like they still could have found that balance, perhaps. Speaking of Disney, there were quite a few references or borrowings maybe from the classic Disney princess, which I do not consider stealing, however, because at this point Disney princesses are so iconic and kind of have so much shape the way that we all, at least in the Western world, see princesses, so I think it's not really a problem. And in other ways, I guess it was also very stereotypically princess girly like, the way that society has branded the word girly, which, you know, pink and flowers and dresses and fashion, and I see why this would maybe annoy some people, but at the same time I can only imagine what it must be like to pitch a show like this with a girl of color being a princess knight, so you have already 2 conventions that you're breaking. So pitching this to executives and trying to break every convention that you can. That probably doesn't work. So you kind of have to stay traditional with some things, like, you know, the dresses and the colors maybe, and the kindness, but then you can be bold with other things. And then the big looming question is, of course, is it feminist? I feel like there is no yes or no answer to any kind of is it feminist question. And what I did like was that the boy, like I said, was not too tough, but he was just nice. What I do like is that, you know, she's a knight, she's a girl of color, and I feel like those are already advancements that are so great in that genre of preschool kids television that, you know, of course it's not the most feminist thing you've ever seen, but considering that this is proper television that reaches a lot of children, also a lot of parents, I think this is definitely a step forward. I think it'll be interesting to see how kids react to it and what the general response will be, but the media is really happy about it. I'm quite okay with it myself, so let's see what happens to it. Let me know in the comments if you've seen Nella the Princess Knight yet, and if you have, did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you not like? Let me know. As always, you can like the video if you liked it. You can subscribe if you want to see more of me and children's entertainment. You can follow me on Twitter or on Tumblr for regular updates on my videos and children's media. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!